Hello out there, all you YouTubers, and thank you for checking out my YouTube page. This month is October, so I decided to go ahead and share a creepy little story with you today. This is a story called Southern Fried Rat, and it's been passed down for many years. I don't even know how long ago it started, but it's never gotten tired. It's a nice little creepy story. Jim and Karen were out to see a movie one Friday night. And after the movie was over, they decided to go out and eat somewhere. And Jim was driving along with Karen in the passenger seat, and they were debating on where to go out to eat. Hamburgers? Nah, they'd had hamburgers last Friday. Pizza? Nah, Jim had just had pizza at work earlier that day, and he was all pizzaed out anyway. So they thought for a little while longer. Fried chicken? That sounded good. Something they haven't had in a while. Also, a new fried chicken chain had just opened up in town, so they decided to go check it out. So Jim drove them to the fried chicken place, and it was jammed packed. Apparently everyone in town had gotten the same idea to try out this new restaurant. Well, they finally got a parking spot toward the back of the parking lot, and they walked in the restaurant, and it was jammed with a lot of customers. So much so that there was nowhere else to sit. So Karen suggested, let's get our order and take it outside of the car and eat it. Jim wasn't too happy about this. Jim's one of these people who takes pride in his car and washes it every week, puts a fresh coat of wax on it. He was very particular about his car. And he wasn't too happy about the idea of crispy chicken crumbs falling all over the upholstery. But after Karen nagged him for a little while, he gave in and said, okay, we'll take our order outside. Well, back behind the counter, all the workers were going at an immaculate speed, getting the orders ready and sent out left and right. Jim and Karen placed their order. Karen ordered extra crispy chicken, which made Jim just kind of shudder thinking about all those crumbs falling off in his car. But they got their order in just a matter of minutes. They took it out to the car, which, as I said, was parked way out in the back of the parking lot, so much so that there was not a lot of light. But they got in the car anyway, in the dark, and started eating. Jim quietly ate his chicken as he listened to Karen munch away at her extra crispy order, just crunching away. And he just shuddered again, thinking about all those crumbs he'd have to vacuum out, and the grease and everything. And after a while, the crunching stopped. Jim leaned over to her. Karen, are you okay? Karen was silent for a moment and then said, this chicken kind of tastes funny. But she kept right on eating it. Crunch, 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 crunch. She crunched on for a little while longer. Then she stopped again. Jim, this chicken doesn't feel right either. You better turn on the light. And so Jim turned the light on. Karen was absolutely right. There was something very wrong with that piece of chicken in her hand, especially since it had a 3-inch tail sticking out of the end of it. Somehow a rat had gotten into the pieces of chicken inside the restaurant, and the staff was in such a hurry that they didn't notice it, and it got slapped in with the pieces of chicken, battered up, fried up, and served to Karen. She had already eaten half of it before she realized what it was. Well, of course she got sick, and so did Jim after seeing what she was holding in her hand. So he sped off to the emergency room where Karen had her stomach pumped. Of course, Karen's family wanted to sue, and the chicken chain managed to pay them enough money to keep them quiet, keep it out of the courts, and ultimately out of the papers too. And of course, the chicken chain denies it even ever happened. Now, Karen's financial future is very well set now, but to this day, she will never eat anything that she does not cook herself. So next time you're out enjoying your nice big piece of juicy fried chicken, just remember this little rat fest I shared with you. And thank you so much for listening.